Well, hello everybody, I'm No02. Thanks for watching this video. I appreciate it. No02, everyone's favorite mouth breather. So this is going to be the Nightmare Act 1 walkthrough. It's going to be 3 parts, 1 per checkpoint, basically. Yeah, I'm sort of just show by example how to play Nightmare. I made a video about the deck that I'm going to be using. I need to beat Act 1 on Nightmare with Mom and with Evangelo. And then I'll have all of Act 1 done. I have the whole campaign, all the campaigns done with Hoffman. So I'm just I've just been really grinding out Act 1. Then we'll move on to Act 2. I've just been trying to find the best strategies and sort of like very simple ways to play, and ways to play that's not speedrunning. The deck we're using is just lots of resources and like 3 core movement speed cards that allow us to clutch. And that's about it. We're going to have lots of temporary health as the game goes on and things like that. Things I'm going to be trying to talk about and point out. One, examples of the foundation of good gameplay. I made a video on this where I rambled incoherently about basically the principles, which are pacing, positioning, and resource management. Sort of specifically grenades. But right, those 3 things are sort of core to being a decent Back for Blood player. So when like a horde event triggers, I'm gonna run to a place where I know I can defend from easily, and hopefully that'll be contrasted by my teammates who stand in the middle of a room and they die. Right, you sort of see that clear example of how positioning is super important when it comes to dealing with certain elements of the game. Pacing, we're gonna talk a lot about pacing. There's so much about pacing. Basically, if you go too slow, you lose. It's evidence that players are having so much success in Nightmare mode right now by just speedrunning. That is evidence of how important pacing is. Because when you stop to loot and things like that, that's all risk reward, and it can get you killed. The longer you take, the more mutations spawn, the more strain on your resources, etc. I'm also going to be talking about, we'll queue up for a match here. We have crossplay enabled, right? So those 3 principles I'll be talking about and pointing out as much as I can. I'll be talking about some map-specific things, good places to defend from, places where you can create infinite loops to constantly dodge the horde. You don't need any fancy cards to do these things. I'm also going to be talking about how I sort of play with random players, how I sort of evaluate that risk-reward as far as saving them and things like that, and when do I decide to sort of just leave them behind. Because the reality of it is, when you're playing in solo queue, you can't always be the hero. So if somebody's down, and if your whole team is down in a bad situation, we're going to play Mom over Evangelo. Because again, it's just like, I don't want to show you any of the speed strats or anything. I don't want to show you like speedrunning the game. I want to show examples of like how you can actually sort of play the game normally. Tall boy hordes, great. Let's get pacing. Pacing is very important. The faster we go, the less hordes we have to deal with. Double grenade pouch. I'll say it a million times. I've said it in my other videos. This is the best card in the game. Hazard pay and double grenade pouch, I think, is the most powerful 2 cards you can have at the start of your deck on all the campaigns, no matter what. So strong. Maybe not in Act 4 because you have so much money to begin with. The decks are 250 copper. Doesn't really come into play. But yeah. Double grenade pouch is key. We always have to remember that when we're doing solo queue, we gotta chill for a little bit a lot of times. Grenades are on sale.
Then let's get out of here.
Grenades are on sale.
Rover 2.
I think here, typically I like to buy 2 grenades and then a stun gun. Or 2 grenades and pain pills. But we already got pain pills. Let's diversify our kit fully. Ooh, interesting.
You might need this.
We'll leave it behind, we don't really need it. I think they're trading money for a toolkit here, but it's a defibrillator. That may not have been. I wonder if they're working together as a team or not, like as a 3-man or 2-man. One thing to note, if you shoot zombies while the safe room door is closed, like it's never been opened yet, these zombies will just respawn to some degree. And that sort of varies on what map you're on, from map to map, how dramatic the respawns are. Bad Seas is a great example of how dramatic it can get, where you can just kill literally endless hordes, and endless hordes will just respawn at the door. So, if you see people shooting out the door, and they're not Hoffman or Jim, stacking their passives, they're doing it wrong. So we're always going to be like evaluating our teammates. We don't judge. Oh. Right, we don't judge, right? Judge. Judge not lest you wish to be judged. I'm sure you all heard that before. So we don't judge our teammates. We do evaluate them. We evaluate our teammates. The difference, judgment, you reach a conclusion. Evaluating, you reach a hypothesis, right? We're just sort of determining determining how good our players are or not. Because again, when it comes to, do we leave them behind or do we save them? You know, if you're saving a teammate who has no chance of surviving the next part, like what's, you know, like you're on the run from the horde and you stop to save someone, that's a risk. What is your reward? Our evaluation of our teammates is that reward, you know what I mean? These guys are playing pretty slow, pretty safe. So, I just don't want to burn a grenade there because it's just, again, right? Good positioning. We have lots of room to kite this guy here. This is really the only part. Right, like if we have space, the way you counter tall boys and mutations a lot of the time is open space. The only exception is stingers, where you don't want to be in open space versus stingers and things like that. You want to be in closed space. But against all the other mutations, closed spaces or open space is great, because you can kite and run around. And this is the only place in the game, like this is our first defendable position. And these players are playing really safe.
Cover me.
Like so slow. Okay, let's take charge here a little bit. Check for the counter to sleepers is just memorization and presence of mind, basically. It's all up here. It's all about the brain. Sleeper can spawn here or here.
Through here. Wrong time, wrong place, Trigger.
Waiting for our teammates a little bit. Yeah, the counters to sleepers is just
Keeping that for me.
memorization. That zombie literally spawned right there when I looked away. Which the game director loves the spawn thing. Like the proximity that the game lets things spawn to you is pretty dramatic. Like things spawn so close to you. This corner right here is a nightmare. This is like the hardest part of the map, I think, a lot of the times. And again, here's pacing. Pacing is a big deal. Pacing is an issue. We're gonna hold out here with him because this is what he wants to do. Typically, I would say this is a bad place to hold out because there's not a whole lot of distance here. Hoffman's got the grenades. This is why we like the grenades, right? Because when it comes to positioning, if you want to defeat the horde, you get into a room with a choke point, right? The only issue to that strategy is if a tall boy shows up, you have no space to run around, maneuver, no space, no distance to kill it fast enough. Which is why we love running double grenade pouch, because now we have the ability to hold out in a room and implement that strategy. So this part of the map I call the collapsed room or the broken room. This is like the best place in the map to defend from. Here you can, with the verticality, you can create an infinite loop basically. And this is a great example of just how pacing will get you killed. This team is moving really slow, like unbelievably slow. And the slower you go, the more the game director is going to spawn things. The more the game director is going to want to spawn
I'll
things
take it.
to kill us.
I've been telling you.
The more things that spawn,
Haven't I been
the more
telling you?
risk you have as far as your
Everyone was
health,
getting too comfortable.
and as well as more
Bill saw us
strain
coming.
you put on your
Talked
resources.
to him, told him my concerns. He agreed. Said, I'm right there with you, HR. Right there with you.
Why pacing is so important. Toss that right there. Alright, so they're stopping, they're looting, like, it's like, you think this would be fast to loot, right? But they're just, like, reading. They're reading what's going on. We'll take that. Who cares? All the ammo's gone, right? They're like, we literally ate all of the ammo.
Sure thing. Want to close the rank? This way.
Something around here.
Propane here.
But this is a great place to defend from. The only places into here is right here. They climb up and through this door. And with grenades, we can hold out here, no problem.
I've been fighting monsters all my
explosive.
life. Damned if you're the one that's gonna get me.
Explodey zombies, am I right?
God help us.
We have lots of ammo. We haven't been using our ammo.
Do this.
Hoffman didn't see what happened last time, I guess. Okay. We'll forgive him for that, though.
Always counts.
Oh, I missed my shot.
Reloading.
How embarrassing.
Like that.
My hubris. Because a great contrast to hiding out. A great contrast to the collapse room is a lot of people would defend up here
Done for now.
for the bridge event,
You can be sure those
but that's a
sons of
spawn
bitches will
point,
be
that's a
back.
spawn point,
Over
that's a
there.
spawn, there. Look at all these angles of danger if you're trying to defend on the roof, right? So much danger and so many angles. And also, this is a horrible place to linger in. All the verticality that we can't reach allows mutations to drop on top of us. They can like climb up and get out of sight and then drop out in another room and things like that. So super dangerous to linger in this area, especially now that a
Keep
tall
that
boy
for me.
horde is on its way.
You got rid-
We're forced now into using our resources.
Need to reload.
But we did get lucky that we had the gas can and they clumped up together so nicely. Right, but it's like, we need to go, people.
Shotgun here. SMG here.
We need to go. So basically, this is like, if you were gonna just like start holding down the W key,
Out of my way.
This could be useful.
this would be a great place to do it. I think we already got that intel, right?
Something's over there.
We seem to be in the clear.
Falling down. Gotta reload.
There's a zombie somewhere behind me. Oh, look at Hoffman doing some jukes.
Doctor.
Oh, like see, like we need to move, pacing. Look at this. Looting that safe room is not worth it now because look at how messed up they are. There's no amount of money
I could use
possibly in that safe room
Supply
that
crate here.
would make it worthwhile, right?
Bandages here. I'd watch that ladder if I were you. Wouldn't be the first cleaner we lost on. Water incoming.
I never thought I'd be doing
They
this.
need to get out of that room.
Medical school.
Positioning, get out of the room.
Reloading.
Risky, risky. And again, like I said, we're talking a lot about pacing. This slows this snail's pace, right? People used to think at first that slower is better because it's safer,
Oh well.
but really in the long run, going too slow is more dangerous. Going in the long run, going slow is dangerous. Is usually more dangerous. So you don't want to go so fast that you're just taking free damage, but you can't go so slow because, again, we're on a timer. We're always on a timer, and on this map we're literally on a timer.
They need this. Med. Over there.
To take care of this.
On second thought.
Is anyone still out there?
And now we're just gonna go for it here,
They've
like.
got us trapped.
Hold on. We're here.
Oh, thank God. We thought we were the only ones left. We can really use some assistance. We're pinned down in the old...
God damn it. Come on. It's just a hop, skip, and a jump. If I can do it, anyone can.
We're just keeping good pacing here. Let our teammate get in. Shut the door desperately.
Quit playing around and get in here.
Yeah, it's just evidence that why people are having so much success speedrunning. He knows, he knows.
Keep your distance, Pansy.
Alright, so it is correct sometimes to just move and groove, you know, and when you and Left 4 Dead was the same way actually. If you got into competitive versus mode, the best teams knew how to never let go of the W key and just keep going. Because again, it's just the less time you spend on a map, the less dangers that you end up encountering overall. And I think, and so some maps are just best to run through, at least parts of it. I'm gonna do the same thing in the swamp. If you linger in the swamp, you die. You cannot linger in that swamp. And I'll talk about it more when we get there. Blood tunnels are like a glorified hallway, basically. I'm gonna show you a little trick on how you can get the ogre to just despawn at the beginning. Not like a super trick. It does require you to run past it at first. But relatively easy to run past the ogre at the start. So I'm going to tell them. What I'm going to do. Because we're polite. We'll get a run like hell card. Look, we have hazard pay as our card, right? Hazard pay. We did have 4 teammates who survived. All 4 of us survived, right? But it's like, you don't need to loot with hazard pay, which is the only weakness of money grubbers. Only weakness of money grubbers is that you have to loot. And I firmly believe that if you have the money for it, you should always be leaving the safe room with all of your item slots totally filled up. And now you don't have to loot. You just loot the copper that's on your obvious path. That's going to cut a huge amount of time off of your pacing. This team is going to struggle a lot once we get into the tunnel. Or it's going to struggle a lot. The first time we get is a stumble. I'm going to go for the stumble.
Must be out of my mind.
I'll go for reload speed on the shotgun. Because once you get into like the corridors of the tunnel, there's a lot of places to sort of loot, and this team will die. 100% this team will die in those areas. Oh, another thing too, I like to run. Oh man, I should have picked up that reload on my shotgun. I do prefer. Oh, this is faster anyways. 82. Okay. When it comes to solo queue and like blending together, playing with a team, and playing for myself and being able to clutch and things like that, I like my primary weapon to be able to kill mutations semi-efficiently. So ranch rifles is decent, and then maybe like the M1A1 or the Phoenix are great examples. But the draw side is I need a secondary that allows me to go fast, like the Beretta or the Tech 9.
Let's do this.
And when it comes to director cards, Biohazard, like this, right, killing things gives you temporary health. This is actually a good card. Like this card is never bad.
Bandages.
This card is never bad. This card is literally always good.
Over there. Could be worse.
Save that for me.
Like, this card makes the game easier, even though it's a bad guy card, so we'll take it. Because normally, too, you know, if I'm missing, like, almost any amount of health, I'll just heal in the safe room. But it's not really... Can't really do that on this, because it's just going to eat your normal health away anyways. So you might as well just use the biohazard to heal. This is a great place to example. Unfortunately, we couldn't see it because Doc has the good sniper rifle, but wretches have a maximum range. They can only shoot so far. And the way the wretches work is if you're in a nice open place like this, the wretches will walk forwards
This
towards
don't
you.
feel right at all.
Once they get in range, they will... They will shoot at you. Oh, Ogre.
Need to fix this up.
Getting a little screwed here. We need to despawn. Oh. Oh, it's so hard to dodge. As soon as a zombie hits... So I think the ogre is gone now.
We lost Hoffman.
Hey, over here!
So we're gonna go back and save our teammates. Yeah, ogre's gone. So when you get past that second door, that alarmed door, typically the characters will say some bit of dialogue.
Over here.
And that dialogue will signify, basically, that dialogue is the trigger for this first
Bandages
ogre
here.
to disappear.
Get me out of here!
Cover me. Cool.
Let's crack her open and see what we got.
Which is kind of nice. So you can actually have one player run forward. And if he can get here, get through that door over there, get through that door,
See that?
the
Found
ogre will
something down
leave,
there
and
you
then
like?
getting through this tunnel is way, way, way easier. And the game will sort of stop spawning things in this area.
Please, get me out of here!
Come on, Doc.
It's just super convenient.
Something's over there.
Well,
Do
what?
this.
Found a supply
Of
crate.
course, is another example of pacing. The longer we take, the more mutations will spawn and chase
Bandages
us.
here.
Defibrillator here.
The general was right to want to take the fight to them. Too many cities scared to pick up arms and follow through.
Scared? Lost my son out there because of his orders. A lot of other good people too.
No, I'm sorry. That's not what I meant.
Oh, they didn't follow me at all. They are just chilling.
Maybe just think.
This is by far one of the slowest teams I've ever played with, I think.
Sorry.
Forget it. Let's just get home.
'Cause again, like this is the part where I said that this team will die. This is the area where the team will die, typically. And now it's just like, we need to kill these wretches. They're hecking us up here. What is your secondary, Doc? Like, you're gonna shoot zombies with a big old sniper rifle, one zombie at a time?
That'll do.
One major league badass here.
Now, all this time and all that work, and a tall boy just spawned somewhere.
Christine, are you all right?
Fine, I'm fine. Just the
Out
excitement.
for sleepers,
That's
they like to spawn here. Again, like, right? Like, we still loot, right? Some of you might be offended by my loot less mentality. Don't get me wrong, I love my loot, but it's super fast. You just loot and you loot and scoot. You know what I mean?
Down!
Just loot and scoot. I don't know what everyone was doing. They're just This is actually an infinite loop that we can do. Oh. So this right here, mutations cannot enter through this little cavern right here. They have to enter through here. So you can like run through here. The mutation will walk over here. You can run back inside. They'll, you can create an infinite loop for mutations there.
I could use that.
We'll heal. We'll heal our trauma. We got a decent amount of
Got
trauma.
to patch this up.
We're Gucci. Just
That sounds like trouble.
Hoffman. He ran over here, but
Cover me.
get a zombie to bash this door. Like, there's nothing in that room. Like, what are they looting?
No free hugs!
Ooh, nice, nice. Ooh, nice.
Could come in handy.
Again, this whole part, like,
Going in.
if you move slow here, it's just we're running the risk of mutation spawning behind us. Need to go fast. Gotta go fast here.
Bandages.
I mean, the longer we wait, it's just the worse it's going to get.
Fucking kidding me!
Yeah.
I think we should run past this next part.
Of course.
That's
Because
mine.
otherwise, it's like, again, it's like, this is infinite.
Reaper,
Could be worse.
Just
watch
infinite.
me. Need to reload.
Right on.
I'm sorry.
You
Did that
bet.
ruin your day? Seriously, sugar?
I've had worse tick bites.
Someone doesn't take no for an answer.
Just a little further.
We got really lucky here. As far as how many spawns showed up.
Always the longest.
And honestly, I'll just throw a grenade at this door. Get inside. Where are our teammates at? They're all down. Great. Great, great, great. So for that tunnel, I just like to hug the left side a lot of the time. Just hug the left side, keep your back against the wall. You can sort of jump over that car. I was considering throwing a grenade when I first entered that tunnel at the truck and blow it up. But I wanted to have the extra grenade for the door, basically. For the basement door. And that's sort of like just the decisions you are constantly making as far as like, when do you use your grenades? And I just thought I can probably push my way through this horde. If I don't make it, if I get body blocked, I'll take some damage, but we just have pain pills to heal through that, you know. That's sort of key. It's sort of and that's just like, you find your own style, you make your choices. Wow, only 2 cards. That's insane. You make your choices, you suffer the mistakes, you learn from them, you move on, right? Nightmare is about skill through perseverance, right? It's just the repetition and the practice over time, and etc. This is like the easiest pain train I've ever seen. Where can doors even spawn on this map that block your way? I can't even think of doors on this map. Alarmed doors? Yeah, I don't know. But look, we have plenty of money. Hazard pays more than enough.
Made it out of Meadows and
We're heal. We're
We can
golden.
offer you shelter at Fort Hope. But
That's
you
a
need
really
to hurry.
expensive long
We
barrel.
need to stop written access
Not an
across
issue.
the Kanoa River ASAP. That means taking out George
But yeah, and you can sort of
Washington's
see, like,
bridge.
I'm like a
We cannot
broken
wait for
record.
those
It's just
caught on the other
pacing,
side.
pacing, pacing.
Hope one out.
These 3 guys are hurt because of pacing, and they're just like not on high
need this
alert,
more
you know,
than
like
I
they just
do.
don't recognize that the longer they dilly-dally, the more opportunity there is for them to get hurt.
Here, take this.
Right? Because I've been,
Use me!
moving fast. Like one might consider it to be reckless, but it's just safer to have a little bit of speed. Like every single deck should have some sort of amount of resource generation. I think Hazard Pay or Money Grubbers are the two best cards in general for resource generation. Every deck should have double grenade pouch.
I never thought I'd
I also
do
think
this
that
when I
every
was
deck
at
should
Maze.
have a stamina card or two.
Okay.
Really nice of
To
Doc.
think, not long ago, the only time I saw a gun was in a movie.
Right, for the most part, yeah, and every deck should have some like stamina or movement speed card. I think 2 or 3. Most of the campaigns, most of the acts call for I think 2 or 3 stamina cards, or like movement-based cards. But maybe like sort of different places in the run. And I think that's sort of like the foundation: resource generation and stamina. Like those are the two most, like copper and stamina are your two most important resources, I think, in the long run. As far as like
No free
in
hugs.
out, like in safe room, out of safe room.
Birds over there.
Could come in handy. Meds here.
So like in this scenario, like I would just pick left or right, because that area has loot and this area has loot. So I would just say pick a direction,
Let's see
loot
what's
that
in here,
side,
shall
and
we?
then just get moving.
Razor
But we had
wire.
all these zombies, right? All these idle zombies in our way. I would do this. I would just shoot wildly at them, aggro a bunch of them.
Checking the car.
Bandages here.
Yeah, I would
could
just
use
shoot
that.
wildly at them. The fact that the guy's using a sniper rifle to shoot one zombie at a time, not a very ammo efficient thing to do. And like I would just ignore these zombies and just take the right side and go through, up and away. The game can only have so many zombies at a time.
Just like the 4th of July.
Oh, I like what that guy's doing. That was a good play. I like that, right?
Well, what?
Take space and move.
I'm sorry. Did that ruin your day?
Oh, we're gonna get hot. Okay.
I'll take it.
Try tall boy hordes. Love having the stumble ammo. Stumble is so important. Stumble is way better than damaged magazines.
There.
Just so you guys know. We know that Hoffman has.
Cover me. Reload me. Need
Must
your
have not
reload.
thrown it in a good place. Because Hoffman has bomb squad, so I just thought we need Hoffman to shoot this to maximize his damage.
Glad you make house calls. Use me.
Power Stumble. Stumble's great. When it comes to the swamp,
Assault rifle
again,
here.
it's just pick a side, left or right. For good positioning, we just want to keep our back against the wall, right? We pick left or right. We loot what's on our path, and we just keep moving.
The infected have changed.
Just keep moving.
I repeat, Evansburg is gone. No survivors.
Okay. All right. Like, why? Why would you like? Why are people just like just tanking it?
I'll be taking
They're
that.
just chilling. When it like, oh. Yeah, we're in a tough spot here. Oh man,
Over there.
like so Doc should not be shooting zombies with her sniper rifle. Like she needs to be shooting tall boys with it. It's my job to shoot other things if they're gonna threaten Doc, you know?
Hey guys.
We got really lucky that only one tall boy spawned there. And this, again, we're back to pacing again. We're like, we just need to go.
Snitch!
You're lucky that time.
Hey, behind you!
Oh. I heard the tall boy, but I didn't know which direction he was coming from.
Taking this.
Oh, no, you don't.
This is also like this is a sketchy place to fight.
Get out of my...
If you see these birds and these birds scare you, then you can just take the right side. The left side is faster.
What's
the left
that?
side of the swamp is way faster to go.
Razor wire.
But if those birds freak you out, then you can just bypass them. And if you're not using your melee,
Now
use your
I know
melee.
why no one's ever have seen me.
The swamp is kind of a nice place where having a melee character is good because the lack of noise that the melee weapon makes it easier to.
I could use that. A minute here.
Oh. Can I have my pain pills back?
Here, take this. Bandages. No.
Reloading!
You like that? Reloading. Bandages here.
Bandages on the ground.
That's mine.
Like, we need to go though.
Something's over there. Watch out!
Oh, that's not when you get stumbled by my melee.
Hold still. This won't hurt.
Thanks, Sue.
Can I get my free heal too, Doc? If you get a chance.
What? You want a lollipop too?
Bless you, hon.
There's that stumble damage coming into play.
Ollie.
Don't shoot by the birds.
Did that hurt?
I'm just gonna commit
One
going
last
down
leap
right
of
away.
faith.
God help us.
You see that?
Oh, that zombie was turboed on us. Oh, we're getting the heck out of dodge here. Right, there's nothing heroic about standing in a tight group so that a tall boy can one-shot your whole team, right? No point in doing that. You just book it. Hawkers and stingers are by far the worst. I think we're getting so many of them
I could have died back there.
is very, very bad. Like super bad. Like I literally think the only thing that really needs to be nerfed is hawkers and stingers.
Will they come back?
They do so much damage. It's so hard to dodge.
This is not
So hard to
looking.
dodge
Stop
them.
playing around, Mr. Hoffman.
They do so much DPS from range. Here there is an infinite loop that you can do, but again, like the only weakness to it
Let's
is
see what we got here. First aid cabinet.
stingers and hawkers. Which we'll have to see how that goes here.
Going in. Cover me.
We don't quite have enough money to give our teammates to heal here.
Save that for me.
Not quite enough.
Could be worse.
You'll be needing this. See that?
Hopefully
Ollie,
200 should get
bandage
them
that
there.
Here,
I'm gonna show off the infinite loop here. Just real fast. The infinite loop is this blue train. Oh, there's a stalker.
We got a tall boy!
Oh. Oh.
Did you see that?
I don't know where I am. I don't know where I am. Watch out for doing that. When you're on this blue train, the only way up is right here. And so if we just stand right here, all the zombies have to run all the way over. Get up here. We can shoot them. When we get overwhelmed, we jump over to this box. And when we get overwhelmed on the box, we just jump back over. It creates an infinite loop. And I'll example it, most likely. While we're doing this, we'll grab some ammo. Our teammates move at a slow pace. Oh,
Keeping
that's
that
not
for
rifle
me.
ammo.
Need to fix this up.
And even though, like, going to Doc and being like, hey, I found a bandage, can you heal me with it? That's nice, you know, mid-maxing and all that stuff, but the amount of time it would take, again, it's just all pacing, right? Oh.
Here's my prescription.
Sorry, Hoffman, we're
Ollie,
bad.
take care of that.
Well, what do you
Don't want to get infected.
We do need ammo.
Well, the solution's not going to just drop from the sky.
We'll take the Glock Auto.
Might have something here.
What? Okay, we're just burning that.
Now I won't feel bad about it.
Okay, let's get to our infinite loop, right?
We got Rick over here.
Works against mutations too. Ooh, and if we get a good lineup,
There must be a way to press
Oh.
Ow, wake them up.
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. That's a nice bit of RNG that the barrel was there. Okay, you guys ready to go? I'm gonna hit this button. We're a little tight on ammo. Oh, we got the Grog Auto now, though. This is a great place to defend from. If you're good at meleeing, then or getting lagged out. Great place to defend. If you tuck yourself in this corner, stingers and hawkers normally can't reach you unless they stand like right there, and then you just do that. And if you, when jumping down, if you jump down on this, you don't take any fall damage. And then if you jump down, go to your infinite loop, jump back and forth, you're golden. We just jump down when we're overwhelmed. The sand trap takes about 37-ish seconds. Get the heck down.
We're getting our asses beat here. Help!
We're just gonna blow up the stinger. Gonna pop some pain pills. When you are climbing through a window, you lose your collision. So you guys know. What I mean by that is, while moving through a window, you cannot be body blocked.
Hey, I'm over here. Get me up.
I'm down.
Perfect. Perfect. And it's like, it's just these very simple things like calm, cool, collected. You just sit here and you hold off until you get overwhelmed and you have a fallback position. You get that little infinite loop, blah 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 blah, jump back and forth a little bit, and then just, it doesn't matter what path you take, you just take the safest path to the sand trap, you jump over. If you do it fast enough, it's just there's nothing there on the other side. And so we can sort of just blend together these two elements of, like, we can slow play, we play with our teammates, right? We're looting together, you know, doing whatever, la da 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 da. Looking for better stuff, right? We're enjoying the game, I hope. But then on certain parts of the map, you just need to recognize that here I really should go faster. Here we need to move and groove. Shoot and scoot, you know what I mean? So now our, like, one of our win conditions has been completed. Just 3 cards that allow us to move slightly faster and do it for longer. And that's it. And that's it. We got plenty of money.
Almost.
Rangers up ahead. You know, 5 o'clock used to be a traffic nightmare.
Right? Like, we have $1,000 more than Holly did. Holly should be buying stuff.
I'm sorry. Did I ruin your day?
Ooh. I do think we're just gonna...
Looking for me? Because I ain't looking for you.
We'll buy some ammo. Everyone has a health. Grenade. Everyone's got
Here, take
grenades
this.
and health and stuff. Let's heal our teammates up.
There. You'll be needing this. See that?
Get our teammates now nice and healthy. Because it's not really possible. It's like super duper hard to pick your teammates up. In the middle of this map, it's not really doable.
Let's do this. Down, boy!
What's that?
Pipe bomb!
There's the bridge. Well, anyone got any
So I would like to
ideas?
aggro that stalker.
Thought not. So what say we
We
get
want like- we want like,
across that river.
We want like tall boys and stuff at the start. We want things that are not fast chasing us at the start, right? Right?
Cover me. Over there.
These guys know what's up. They know what good positioning is. We're chilling. We have no extra money for grenades, so we're gonna try and save them greedily here. Guess we don't need to be that deep in the room quite yet, you know what I mean? Yeah, as far as I know, the game will just sort of randomly spawn mutations behind the or on the bridge. And if you don't like what you see, you can just shoot them and move them over. Oh, we should, like, this would be a great time to go because there's so little zombies over there.
Rover 2.
You
Team
can-
en route to blow George Washington Bridge. We
Excuse me, you can
cannot
drop down and
delay.
just jump
Do
over.
you copy?
Let's do this.
We don't need to loot because we have all of our item slots filled anyways. Why would we loot?
There.
Okay, let's get out of here because they climb up in between. Oh, there was a propane tank there.
I heard something.
Oh my goodness.
There must be some way through.
You can shoot sleepers. You don't have to melee someone to save them from a sleeper. You can just shoot the sleeper. One thing too, with this zombie got me a little bit, because I tried to shoot him in the chest to stumble him, which is usually not an issue with the right with this gun.
Well, what do we have?
Right. But I think he was mid-animation. Maybe this gun needs 2 bullets to stumble, I don't know.
Not
That's
really
good
how
come
it
in
goes.
handy.
Treatment.
Again, there's nothing for us to loot, we're golden.
Nothing's impossible.
We're not gonna fight here, so why
Almost
save these barrels?
nothing.
Okay, something's careful. Yeah,
You were lucky that time.
right on.
And I like to be on this roof when we start this event, because you just blow the tank up and you jump down, you can like jump over a lot of the horde that sort of shows up. And what has more movement? Our Glock Auto? We'll use the Glock Auto to run through this part.
Okay,
And you just jump off and go. I like this path. If you miss that jump though and fall into the river, you die. But I just like this path because it's literally just a straight line.
This is H.R. Hoffman with Rover 2 heading across Washington Bridge. Do you copy? Over.
shit.
You can sort of run through this crack right here. If you don't know how to do the crouch jump to get over, you can run through that crack to save a little bit of time. I like to check and see if this door is open. Beware
See
sleepers right there.
Approaching George Washington Bridge. Rover 2, if you're out there, you need to run. We won't have time to wait. We need to blow this bridge.
And this guy needs to run.
Over there.
Because the issue with this map is if you take too much time to get here and let the horde catch up to you, this becomes super clogged, and it's actually hard to get out of here.
Be needing this.
Are we gonna bandage? We're just gonna heal.
Minute here.
Starting to think you weren't gonna make it. We need to hold until support
Where's...
arrives.
Oh my goodness.
Keep up. No one after the fact.
Like we should kill this teammate because... Okay, great.
We need to sink that ship and close the front. You up for the
Hopefully
job?
our teammates shoot the zombies that are approaching us.
Plant explosives on the boat. The rest of us will lay down covering fire from here.
Why is nothing else simple?
It's fine. I'll go back.
I don't know where our grenade went.
Gotta stick a band-aid on this.
Oh no, Hawker! Hawkers are literally the worst case scenario. Like, this game would be so much easier if there's literally just no Hawkers. So getting a Hawker... We got Stalker card. Why are there so many Hawkers? So this is pretty much a bust. Like, they need to leave us behind. But to me, I'm guessing these guys are not running the correct cards just in general. Because when you're making a deck, right, I talked about you want resource generation, and you want some sort of movement-based cards. You also want act-specific cards, right? Like, you want cards that are going to help you achieve victory on a specific level. And for the crossing, which is like the first checkpoint, the first like really difficult part to get through in the campaign, it's very stamina heavy based, you know, like you really do want to have cards that let you beat this mission, basically. So I'm gonna type to my teammates here politely. Right, like next time I need more speed cards, right? Like he's not running cards that allow him to specifically beat this map, and that's a mistake. That's a mistake. Have any stragglers we get trapped at the Jeep? Right, because the one reason that made that so hard for that is because Holly was just like crouch walking, shooting things behind us. That's a huge mistake for this part of Act 1, like... Like Holly should actually die. Like not like in real life, but like I recommend that like
Here, take
Holly in game, right, like remove herself from the equation so that we can
Kick back and relax while you got the chance.
Here, take this.
Anyone catch the weather today? Wondering if I should bring a jacket.
Fantastic. What could go wrong?
Well, anyone got any better ideas? Thought not. So what say we get our sweet little patooties across that river?
Rover 2.
we'll give him a real
Team
thank
up
you,
to
not a
blow George
TY. We'll
Washington
give him a real
Bridge.
thank you.
We cannot delay. Do you copy?
Well, no pressure then. Crusher, over there!
So now that explains it, right? That explains it. Like having one player, like not be there in time, just all those zombies and all the special mutations that are chasing after us from the bridge,
There must
catch
be a
up.
way past this.
Sure
We just have
thing.
to find it.
Be ready for anything.
Doc also died. We need Hoffman to make it. Like, it would be really nice to have Hoffman make it, yeah. We'll open our extra door because we want the extra path.
Approaching George Washington Bridge. Rover 2, if you're out there, you need to run. We won't have time to wait. We need to blow this bridge.
Anyone? I'm stumped.
Well, I need to explain. I'm doing the sprint jump cancel.
Nick of time
When you
every
sprint
time.
and jump, if you notice my stamina bar, you sprint and jump, it eats all your stamina really, really fast.
That'll do. Stronger together.
But if you let go of the sprint key right around the same time
Make it. We need to sink that ship and close
that
the
you,
front.
like if you let go of the sprint key
Let's get it done.
Need two of
and
you
then
to
jump, like after a few
The
frames
rest of us will
after,
lay down covering fire from you.
It's fine. I'll go back.
then you keep your momentum, but you don't lose any stamina. And it's sort of a hard time to explain, but I like this pathing right here. Jump. There's a faster way down, but it's like you can jump down here, but it's a little bit risky.
This'll do nicely.
No need to be conservative with our bullets.
I need to place one more.
My skin's on fire.
Need to be more careful.
Get your pills.
Get down!
Plant, plant, plant.
Elegantly done today, John. I think
Get
it's
the
best
heck
to
outta here.
retire.
This is Hope 1. If you're all quite through playing around, you need to get your asses back here, now.
Beautiful, beautiful. Really good RNG here.
A minute here.
We're gonna pop our pills preemptively. We'll give Hoffman some pills preemptively. And now we are in a little bit of danger still, because in Nightmare mode, if those mutations catch up to us, they can kill us here before the timer ends.
I could use that. Grenade!
We'll let Hoffman have that grenade. But that's it. Yeah, with this map, you really do need the whole team getting here at the same time. Because once you're here, you start changing where the zombies spawn. They start spawning on the boat. Mutations start spawning on the boat. And if you have a player dilly-dallying like that, the bombs won't spawn. And you just get overwhelmed here. And on Nightmare mode, you just can't keep up with it, right? So I hope that was helpful to some extent. I feel like I should have been talking more. Hopefully as I play through the more of the campaign, you'll sort of just get more and more information, more content, more examples of how you can play Nightmare mode with random people. And we had the Clutch, Pain Train, and Blood Tunnel. Right, and you can just sort of see the flexibility that this deck offers, right? Because Hazard Pay, Double Grenade Pouch, super clean, super easy, super clean and free. I would love to keep playing and sort of like start the next video, but I need to go to bed. Got work tomorrow morning. But yeah, so I hope this helps a little bit. Some nice little tips and tricks as far as like the infinite loops on Pain Train and things like that. And I hope this hopefully overall educational. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for watching this video all the way to the end to here. You crazy person, I really appreciate it. Yeah, that's about it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the future.